Hey sweet soul, welcome back to Conscious Lifestyle Coaching. My name is Raileigh. I'm an author, poet, and speaker. Today's message was going to be a generic video about how to set emotional, mental, and spiritual boundaries, especially as we approach the holiday season here in the world. And it is at this time that things start coming up in our subconscious and in the lives of everyone else, and we just start projecting on each other. And then what happens when the world is shifting, global leadership paradigms are shifting, right? Not only are we battling spirits that live in other people, we're battling spirits that are reigning over entire principalities and regions and countries. So we're seeing an upheaval of all kind of energy come through. And so today's message is not going to be about emotional boundaries. I'm sorry. I can't just go there, but if you are listening real quick, you need to get sober if you're not sober already. If you're truly interested and you want to devote yourself to this path of divine love, of consciousness, of healing, holistic healing, if you really want to change your life, you want to heal your body, you're going to have to get sober. So if anyone is listening and you're already sober, this is also a call for you to lead in this way and help people. Just because we are healed or you are healed doesn't mean that we have to leave our brothers and sisters, our moms, our dads, our aunts, our uncles behind, right? This is about collective healing and collective consciousness. And if you're watching and being a part of this video, this platform, then you're here because you're recognizing this is a soul mission that we are all undertaking together. And so today's message is actually going to be about what happens when you wake up too much, right? And so as you become more and more sober, not only physically, but sober in mind, for some reason, somehow, you've been able to free yourself from addictions. We were in the process of freeing yourself from addictions, and not only that, you have found freedom. You recognize you are a conscious being, a creative being, and so you realize you absolutely can create your own reality with the help of the divine, of course, with our angels, under the guidance and protection of the prayers of our ancestors. And so when you recognize and you've been fulfilled in this way, when you realize you can truly create anything in this life, in this world, I'm going to remind you that you're not going to reach some point of success or build a business or create this album and then the rest of your life it's chilling, it's easy. As you commit and you walk this soul mission, the soul path out, more and more will be revealed to you. As you awaken your consciousness, you'll be able to receive more divine knowledge, not just about what has happened to you that your subconscious, your brain has protected you from. You'll be able to hold more information, divine knowledge about entire communities. You'll be able to see the demons and the angels that are ruling over territories, that are plaguing communities. You can see and you can speak on it. You spark change wherever you go. So what happens when you recognize that you have that gift and you can go into communities and are able to gift to them, not just being a worker, not just being an employee or a servant, but being also a leader. You've recognized your leadership in any place. You do not let anyone step on you or use you or exploit you anymore. So how powerful have you become now? And this is what I'm talking about in this message, about what happens when you wake up too much. So if you have that level of awareness and you've taken on that kind of leadership, then what happens? You have this responsibility to continue on this path, because when you've seen too much, when you know too much, you can choose to ignore it, to let things be as they are, to let families and people and communities crumble and self-destruct. You can just be silent and let it happen, but you're on this path, you're listening because you have a heart of gold. You're truly here to study and embody divine love, and so you can't just sit by and watch and let things happen like that. You say something, you do something. Again, you are this spark of change with love. You're not here to oppress anyone to your beliefs, but you are here to reach a level of connection that most people run away from. So at the most groundwork level, we see people run away from connection with their own body. That's why they drink alcohol and they get high, because they cannot connect with themselves. They're afraid to. So somebody who's able to connect not only with their body, but to so many other people, that is a very powerful being. And there are beings who use that power for light and of darkness. And so when you're in that position of leadership, and if you're still watching, then you're either entering it or you're there now. You can see everything, and what doesn't want to be seen can see you. And it's a different reality. It's another level of consciousness. It's the next dimension of life. It's just called maturity, not to be afraid of it. It's not a scary thing. But yeah, there have been people who have been very consciously awake, far longer than I have been, than you have been, than 99.9% of us have been. But there's that one person who's watching, who's been on this path way longer than me. I do not surprise them. In fact, you see me and you see us, and you celebrate. You're grateful for the work that I am doing, for the work that is being done by so many. And this channel is going to continue to rise, and we're going to connect. And again, this is about release of ego on this path. And I always remind myself and remind you all who are listening, we are not alone. There are people who are so skilled at consciousness, who are out there, but not on platforms or YouTube. They're out there doing the work, praying for you. Again, I've been talking about the power of prayer. There are people who are alive and sober, highly intelligent, extremely intelligent, and their only life purpose is to be here and breathe and vision for us, because they are powerful, they are magnetic, they are such a high vibration. They are here holding this density of our yuck, our shadows, our evil, and they are just pure light, pure peace. And all they're here to do is connect with people like us. Those are the angels, right? I talk about angels sometimes. And angelic energy is here. It is all around us. I have been seeing it so much, feeling it so much. And so we too can embody this angelic frequency. We can allow the Most High, God, Source, Spirit, however you define that higher love, God that's guiding you every day of every moment. You can say, please use me as a vessel of this divine love. Allow me to be a servant of this soul mission, this collective mission to raise consciousness and raise love and raise peace. Show me how to target, to illuminate, to release from our communities, from this earth, evil, horrible things, poverty, war, you name it. And so if you're watching this channel, if you're listening, then you have a special ordinance, a divine ordinance with divine spiritual gifts that you have, that you are awakening to right now. That the divine, your spirit, your soul is asking you to express those gifts. And so yes, I'm saying apply to Life Purpose Actualization. Let me empower you spiritually, emotionally, coach you to do what you need to do to create something, a business, a creative project. But it goes deeper than that. Again, this is about awakening our spirit. And so when you make a choice, a commitment to build something, it is a key to a higher dimension. When you can manifest something that you've waited your whole life to see with your eyes, and then you have it in your hands, there's another door open waiting for you. We will always be receiving divine inspiration, downloading ancient knowledge from our bones, from the stars. There's always more and more and more to create. So if you're watching this and you don't think you have a responsibility, a duty at this time to what's happening in the world, you're wrong. And you know this, you're remembering to this, you wouldn't still be listening to me. You would think this is craziness. And yes, it is a little bit crazy because, again, most people in the world right now, they're starving. They don't have access to clean water or healthy organic food that hasn't been touched by poison and chemicals. They don't know they're spiritual beings. In fact, maybe they don't even have the freedom to speak freely without getting beaten or murdered. And this comes with this path. It is a brave path. It is a rebellious path to be this loving. Because there is dense energies here. And it's sucking, it's pulling. And our ego, our mind, looks at it and says, well, that's all I know. Maybe that's safer. Maybe I should stay where I am and stay here because I don't know truly yet what is waiting for me. I don't know what this love thing is or this faith thing is yet, so I'm not gonna even try to open the door because what I know now at least is safer. But if you're still watching me, you are waking up too much to stay where you are, to not allow yourself to grow, to not truly examine the gifts of your soul, and to share these gifts. It is time. And so no matter where you are in this journey, if you are a seasoned veteran of this divine path, please have hope of what is to come, that there is mass and global awakenings and you're not alone. So when the job gets stressful out here, even as a conscious spiritual being, when the job gets stressful, that's when you take a seat down, you take a step back, and you remember that, sorry about that, you remember that God is doing the work. So I thank you all for being here on this journey with me. And I know a lot of people resonated with one video saying that you are a spiritual leader for humanity, right? Called in energy of people who, it sounds good, it feels good, but that's not really who they are. They may not ever go on to embody that kind of leadership. They want to, but it's scary. There's so much fear you have to move through to say yes to a different dimension, a higher dimension. And unfortunately, the addictions to this world is so strong. We get so attached to things. It is incredibly difficult to experience and embody and feel the full range, the full spectrum of what it means to be human. Because as we receive divine love, we also fight. We fight the powers that want to take that divine love away and squish that divine love, right? But we are protected. We are more protected than we even know. Again, there are people ordained who have been on this path longer than us, who are watching and guiding you. Angels truly in flesh walk this earth. They are here. Some people call them aliens, whatever you call it. Spiritual guides in flesh. A lot of you perceive me as that, and maybe I am. Spirit has allowed you to see me in that way for you and just have a message for you. But as I tell those people who see the God in me that I am not God and you are not God, we are all God consciousness, awakening, evolving, growing together. And so be open at this time to receiving higher guidance like you've never received before. For some of you, it might be from me. To others of you who are doing this work that I am, I'm just saying get ready. Get ready for another door to open, more wisdom, You're going to access divine knowledge because you can handle it. And because you've accepted this path, this soul mission, you'll be able to lead people through multi-dimensional healing. You are a gatekeeper of spirit, and so you are protected on this path. The more you speak divine love onto other people, onto this world, you are protected, you are covered. There are forces out here who are seeking you, and so when all you can perceive is your fear and the dangers, and so you hide and you run away from your divine path, just know there's a lot more protective angels who are also fighting for you on your behalf without your awareness at this time. In all dimensions, but even in this dimension, even in this physical plane, you are protected. And so don't be afraid to dream, don't be afraid to rise, to be your full expression, to be naturally yourself. And again, there's a subtle reminder in here that you have a responsibility to help people, to serve people. You cannot hide the healing. You cannot hide the enlightenment. That's not being at service of the will of God, of the divine. Then you become a thief if you do that. Then you become an enemy to this mission. You have a spiritual calling. This is a spiritual calling to remain awake, to continue to wake up. This is not fantasy, this is real life. The more you heal, the more real it gets. And if what I'm saying to you is spiritual woo-woo, think of how real it is for a drug addict to get off drugs before they die. What about the people who've evolved beyond drug addiction, alcohol addiction, beyond poverty? What are these people battling? And it's spiritual, it is mental, it is deep, it is dark. Again, I'm not speaking on these things to scare you. I'm trying to show you how infinite you are, how powerful you are, how divine you are. And again, I'm here to let you know that you're seen. You're seen of not only who you truly are, but who you have the capacity to become. And I see you, or else I wouldn't be speaking on here. I wouldn't have built this business before I even understood what conscious lifestyle coaching is, or was, what it's going to be. And it's ascending rapidly. I am barely 30 years old, and I started a company called Conscious Lifestyle Coaching. So we're going to rock with this for a while, for a minute. You're going to witness my journey. I'm going to continue to share the spiritual knowledge that continues to be revealed to me. I'm going to continue to help people, whether you really are at the place where you need to free yourself from addictions, if you're truly ready to start a business, to write a book, if you're just a really spiritual being, and you just need to get grounded for a moment and to know that you're not crazy again, because you've been doing the work so long that people really do think you're insane at this point, and you're not. So that's the message. Again, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being a part of this channel. Thank you to everyone who submitted Life Purpose Actualization. I'm answering the call no matter where you are on this path, in spirituality, self-development. You're just exploring consciousness at this time. You are spiritually awakening, as we always do in every chapter of this journey. We're healing. So I thank you. I pray I could be of support to you, that you find something I'm offering that can support your path, that you find medicine and what the divine has called me to create, and that you continue to create yourself and create medicines for other people. I'm looking forward to the medicine garden, which will be tonight as I upload this, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Thank you to the influx of souls who are coming in. I'm so excited to meet you, for you all to meet each other and share divine knowledge. We're about to wake up at a rapid pace. because again, everybody is a teacher. If you're watching me still administer to you, then you can do the very same thing. You probably are doing the same thing, but maybe it looks different, right? And so I'm ready to learn from you as well. So please join us in the Medicine Garden. Email RSVP Raileigh@consciouslife.coaching.com. It's gonna be an interesting ride, so you might want to come in while you still can, which not saying to project fear, but I'm honestly just surprised at how many of you want to come in, and I'm hoping I can continue to hold this space for you, or perhaps it might evolve later, but Spirit will reveal that to me when it is time. I'm not going to go too far. Phoenix Medicine to Transform Your Journey Through Consciousness, my newly published book by Otterpine. Please give a shout out to Otterpine. Look them up, especially if you are inquiring to become an author. Otterpine is an amazing independent publishing company based in Asheville, North Carolina. So check them out. And yeah, other offerings. A lot of people have been inquiring about retreats. So I'll have a retreat hopefully for you coming spring 2025. And I also offer private guided retreats. So if you'd like to take this healing journey one-on-one and go into nature with me, into the sacred spots that I have been guided to by my angels, I would love to take you. And please let me know how I can be of support to you. Peace and love. Thank you for seeing me. Thank you for all the prayers. Thank you for the love. I send that back to you. And I want to speak to you again soon. Peace and love.